Kapla! Warriors of the Empire! And welcome to channel update. Another one of these. We're going to probably do one of these after every single season, pretty much. Just sort of see where we are, where we're going. And the answer is, a nice place, and continuing pretty much along the exact same lines. So, the end of the Klingon campaign saw the destruction of the Hydran Star Kingdom by the Klingon forces. We swept in there, wiped them out systematically, had a couple of setbacks, did lose even a dreadnought, but overall I think it went pretty well. But now that we've ended this campaign, we really have to start thinking about what's the next one that we're going to run. And it's tempting to do something like, oh, the Hydrans strike back, or maybe something along the Lyran line. But the thing is, we have been stuck in the pretty much lower left-hand corner of the galaxy for most of the campaigns, the two campaigns we've run so far. All our opponents have been the Lyrans, the Mirax, the Hydrans, the Klingon, the Federation, and that's about it. There are three whole other factions that we haven't really even fought at all. Those being the Interstellar Concordium, which we haven't seen, period. The Gorn, which we've seen a couple of times in a few surprise reverses. And the Romulans, who we saw in a few surprise reverses and a couple of starbases, but we've never actually seen them in action. So I kind of want to go and do one of those three factions. The thing is, I know almost nothing about them. Not from a lore perspective, I've got an okay handle on that. No, what I don't know anything about them comes from how to fly them, what are their tactics and the like. I've got brothers who have also played Starfleet Command in the past, and they enjoyed races like the Gorn and the Romulans, but that was never quite my speed. So if I do them, I'm not going to be particularly fantastically skilled in it. So just knowing that going forward, the next campaign is likely to be a bit of a dogfight. Even worse than what the Federation campaign was early on, with us just sort of regaining our bearings on everything. As we're basically going to be learning a whole new faction with pretty much nothing to work off of. Now, with that said, I am still not 100% decided on what I want to do. I'm thinking of an Interstellar Concordium game. They have a very unique fighting style, a very unique style of ships. Somewhat stupid style of ships. I mean, seriously, who designs a starship with no rear-firing weapons? But it's definitely would be a very interesting and I think cool mission to try and do the Interstellar Concordium raiding Gorn or Romulan space. So I haven't 100% decided. That's sort of where my mind's at this point. That's sort of what we want to do. But it could be the Romulans or the Gorn. Now, if we play the Gorn, we'll have some options. It's mostly an Interstellar Concordium game at that point, but we could also go up against the Romulans, as they are historical enemies at this time period. And if we pick the Romulans, they can go after the Federation or the Gorn or the ISC. I think I haven't quite checked all the diplomacy for that part of the game, but I think that's the case. If not, well, we'll figure out by the time we select the next race. But yeah, definitely at this point, really thinking ISC is going to be the way to go. Just because they're weird, they're different. They don't really use normal fighting styles that we've seen. We rely on Disruptor, Photon Torpedo, and Missile. And once we move over to that eastern half of the galaxy, there's going to be none of that. So, that's sort of where we're at. Things are going pretty good. I'm still enjoying what I'm doing. I hope you guys are enjoying hanging out here with me and watching this. There's going to be a couple more interlude episodes as we sort of get things sorted and ready for the next season. But yeah, that's going to be the basic plan moving forward. I'll probably do an episode or so doing the Klingon skirmish campaigns, because they do have a couple of special ones. Most races have a special one at least, but some of them don't. Like Romulans, the Wreck is what we normally do, I think. Oh no, so there is actual special missions. I didn't read this, so I have no idea, but we're not actually going to do this mission. But yeah, at this point, I hope you guys are enjoying. Hope you'll stick with us for next season in a couple of days. And really, that's all I wanted to cover and talk about. So ISC is likely going to be the next campaign. Not 100% on that, but very likely. And we'll probably go after the Romulans. Now, one of the reasons why I'm not just jumping on a Romulan campaign, and that was really a thought of mine early on, is because there's an entire third of the Romulan tech tree that is pretty much just Klingon reused designs, and we just finished a Klingon campaign, so that put it down on the list. And one of the reasons why I'm not super into doing a Gorn campaign is the Gorn are kind of boring. They have a very tanky ship, they have a very powerful ship, it's got great arcs and plasma torpedoes, but they're not maneuverable, they're not going to be flashy. They're going to be big, heavy tanks. So yeah, that's where my head's at. I will maybe talk more about this in the interlude episodes, but for now, I've been Tirak. Hit that. In a couple of days, we'll have some good content that's worth subscribing to. But for now, I will see you all next time.